Hello. Today we're just kind of winging it. I have a single word that pops into mind for today. Responsibility. All of us are busy in our day, and a lot of times we go and do things we don't realize that hurt other people. So it's very hard for us to take responsibility for it when we don't realize that we've hurt other people. But I think if we're approached by someone properly and they address us with an issue that they feel either disrespected or hurt, or they're frustrated with something that we've done, we need to open our ears and close our mouth and listen to what they have to say, as long as it's done respectfully, and take responsibility for it. Even when we don't feel completely responsible for what they're telling us, I think we need to take responsibility for what they're telling us, because that's the way they feel. It's not owning up to it. It's more of a, okay, I hear you, let's talk this out sort of thing. It's not, yeah, you're right, I did it. It's more of a, I hear you, let's talk it out and see if we can't find a solution to the problem or the issue. Too many times we get defensive and we lash out at the person for telling us how they feel. As long as it's done respectfully, again, as long as they come to you in a loving manner, trying to get an answer, or they're trying to heal to whatever extent that means. It could be a small issue, and they just need justification for the way they feel. I'm not a therapist. I've gone through therapy myself. I've had my bouts with depression and anxiety. Still go through it each and every day. But this is more just a human being sort of thing. It's something that I think we all need to take time and think about. The responsibility that we need to adhere to. There's nothing wrong with saying, you know what, I hear you. And again, that's not admitting fault of any kind. It's, I hear you. Let's talk about it, because you mean that much to me. As a human being, as a friend, as a family member, you need to at least listen. If you don't care about the person, I would still listen. You may learn something from it, something about yourself that you didn't know that you may do on a daily basis to others, or maybe about that other person. Wow, I didn't know that they actually saw me that way. That's not what I meant. So you kind of get an idea of what they're all about. And like they say, knowledge is power. Power to help do good. Not necessarily power in the structure sense, but power to do good for others and for yourself. So responsibility, take that responsibility, take that time to listen to others, and if need be, and you realize, and if you really are honest with yourself and honest with them, and you realize what they're saying, and you think about it, and you realize they're right, there's no better feeling than to admit to someone, you're right, I hear what you're saying, and I never even thought about it that way. Thank you for opening up my eyes. And you know what? They're going to feel so much better. They're not going to feel resentment. They're not going to feel hate, anger. And it'll save your friendship. Now, bigger issues, it may take a third party person to hammer it out, and it may not happen the first time or second time around, whatever. But the smaller issues, the day-to-day issues, I think we need to listen a little better. Like I said, open ears, closed mouth, and listen to that person. Now, if they come in and attack you, and they're accusatory, and it's not an I feel thing, it's more of a you did this to me, know that they're coming from a very hurtful place. They must be very hurt, or they're just an angry person. If they're a hurtful person, if they're a person that's hurt and you can feel that, I think most of us are capable of feeling hurt from others. I think it's something that, again, we need to open our ears and listen to. Understand that they're coming from a hurt place, and maybe they don't have the means or the wherewithal to express themselves other than anger. So put that into play too. Each person is a different episode of this story. So if this person is normally like this and they come at you and, you did this to me, why did you do it to me? Again, it goes back to the, I hear you. Let's talk it out. And if they continue to be angry, you still try to throw them a bone, let them be who they are. And if it continues and you just aren't getting anywhere, that's when you need to say, you know what, I'm going to be gone for 15 minutes. And while I'm gone for that 15 minutes, I'm going to really think about this. I want you to be able to settle down so we can talk. And I need to process what you just told me. Be back in 15 minutes. Don't wait 16 minutes. Be back in that 15 minutes so that trust is developed for that conversation. And then you try again to repeat the I hear you, and mean it when you say it. If you don't mean it, don't say it. But if you can honestly say, I hear you, I don't necessarily agree, but maybe this conversation will take me to a point where I can agree, or I can explain to you where I was coming from. Conversation, communication is key in any relationship. Unfortunately, I know that firsthand, both good and bad. So fortunately, unfortunately. But I think we can all learn from each other that way. So responsibility. Take what is your responsibility and own it. Don't try to pass it off on anybody else. Don't make excuses. This is what I was thinking at the time. And I know that you didn't see it that way, but that's what I was thinking about at the time. Okay, we're here now. Which way do we go? And that way you're coming together and you're going towards a common goal. If you're going to sit there and say, I feel this way or I feel that way, and not hear the other person out, that's not a conversation. That's a one-way street. So try to listen, take responsibility, and work towards that common goal. So that's my word for today. A shout out to my best buddy, Bobby White. His uncle Jimmy just passed away in St. Louis today. I knew his uncle pretty well when we were younger. Great guy. It's Bobby's mom's brother. She's gone through a lot over the last few years. And so, I love you, Bobby. I love your family. Mom, I love you. Just know that my heart and prayers are with you. On the other hand, I want to jump in and smile and laugh and make jokes today, but for some reason I'm not feeling it. Maybe it's because of the passing of Uncle Jimmy, but we all got to deal with that as well. He's leaving us behind and going to a better place. We're the suckers that are still here, so we got to make do with what we got. Leave a comment, give me a shout out, whatever you want to do. I'm here to listen as well. Love you guys. I mean that truly in the biblical sense. We're all on this planet together. We're all trying to make it work. We've got some hellions out there that try to mix it up and keep us guessing, but for the most part, I think we're a good breed. People are a good breed. Don't let anybody tell you any different. God made us in a perfect but non-perfect way. We're perfect in his eyes, but he gave us, free will, and we often take advantage of that fact and forget our real purpose here. And that's to serve him by treating each other kindly, helping each other out when we can, being happy and loving towards each other. And that's about all I have to say today. God bless you. Take care. Bye-bye.